Hello, one and all. Welcome back to The Weekly, the show that every 7 days delivers you just inspiration, drama, triumph over struggle. If The Princess Bride were an update video, it would be The Weekly. And speaking of update videos, this is your update video for Tuesday, October 31st, 2023. I hope you all are having a great week and a great day. Well, I've got a few things that I want to send your way this week as far as updates are concerned. Got 6 things to go through, but we are going to go through these really, really quick and not take too much of your time today. And in that spirit, let's go ahead and jump in and get started. First thing I want to make sure is on your radar is the rescheduling of the worship night from the Fall Festival. We have decided to put that on Saturday, December 2nd at 5 o'clock p.m. So be sure to mark your calendars and make that a part of your weekend schedule for the first weekend in December. I've arranged everything with all the rhythm section and the vocalist. I actually, as I'm doing this, I'm thinking now I probably did not work this out with the horns, but horns, if you guys are able to do it, great. Would love for you all to be a part of it. If not, totally understand, and we'll get you plugged in, for other things in the month of December. Be sure to also note that the rehearsal for this event is going to be on Saturday afternoon from 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. I've put all that information in Planning Center, so if you go in there, it's the same plan that we had set up for the outdoor service, or for the Fall Festival, I should say. Same plan. If you go in there, you'll see the same set. We will do the same set of songs that we were planning there, so most of you should already be prepped and ready to go for that service, so it should be a pretty easy addition there to your schedule. The one thing to note, I am probably going to have you add a song or two from our Christmas list, our Christmas music list, which I'll be pushing out to you guys here in just a couple of weeks. But other than that, plan on us doing the exact same service. Saturday, December 2nd, 5 o'clock p.m. Come be a part of that. Next thing on the list, I want to talk to you about our Christmas party. I know I pushed this on the update video for a few weeks, and then also discussed it in our Facebook group. But I am behind the 8 ball on the planning, and I did some informal surveying with you guys this weekend, and learned that a lot of you and a lot of us have many things going right now. So I think it would be wise for us to just postpone this to January. I want this to be a fun event. I don't want it to be stressful, or I don't want it to be just one other thing on your calendar. So let's push off to January. I'll work on some details. I'll get a plan together as far as what we're going to do and when we're going to hang out. And I'll keep that in front of you through the update videos. Next thing today, I want to talk about the midweek vocal rehearsals as we approach the holiday season. Here in just about 3 weeks, we'll be in kind of that end of the year holiday season. And so I want you to know what's going to be happening on Wednesday nights. Now, I'll keep this in front of you, and I'll make sure that this is reflected in Planning Center as well. But for those of you who are serving the last weekend in November, this is Sunday, November 26th, we will not do a vocal rehearsal that previous Wednesday night. So that would be Wednesday, November 22nd. And it's because of the Thanksgiving holiday. That's the next day. A lot of you travel, and I know some of you who are not traveling need that time to begin food prep and family prep. Sometimes you got family coming in. There's just a lot of different factors that go into that. And I want you to have some good family time that night. So no midweek vocal rehearsal for that schedule that's on the, or for that service that's on the 26th there. The week before Christmas Eve, so that Wednesday before Christmas Eve, moving ahead, Sunday, December 24th this year, we will not have a vocal rehearsal that evening, but we will have a full team rehearsal for the Sunday service. And I'll talk a little more about that there. So just note that one's going to be a little bit different. And then the week between Christmas and New Year, this is for Sunday, December 31st. That midweek rehearsal on December 27th, we will not have that. So we're going to cancel that rehearsal that night. Again, a lot of you are traveling. You've got family in town. Some of you have vacation time during that time of year, or you're off. Those of you who are teachers, you're off with your kids. So we will do no midweek vocal rehearsal that week. And then in the new year, I think that first Sunday of the new year is the 7th, January 7th, but the Wednesday night is Wednesday, January 3rd. So we will resume our midweek vocal rehearsals then on Wednesday, January 3rd. Make note of that. Like I said, I'll keep it in front of you here in the weeks ahead, but I want to make sure that right now it's on your radar so you know how to plan for that. And speaking of Christmas Eve, I just hit the wrong... No, maybe they're out of order here. Oh my goodness. They are out of order. Here we go. There's my lower third for Christmas Eve. Speaking of the Christmas Eve schedule, I want to talk through what that's going to look like and make sure that we're all on the same page there. So I believe I mentioned this to some of you last weekend whenever we were backstage, but the Christmas Eve services are going to be at 11 o'clock a.m., 1 o'clock p.m., and 3 o'clock p.m. on Christmas Eve. Again, this year, Christmas Eve is on Sunday. Now, this is a little bit different than when we had initially promoted these service times, I think back in August, whenever I did the big promo for all of the fall. Back then, the service times were 9, 11, and 1, but we have amended that, and they are going to be 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3 p.m. Please note that. And as I mentioned on the last item there, we will do a Christmas Eve rehearsal on Wednesday night, December 20th, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. in the worship center. This is, for those of you who are participating in Christmas Eve, this is a mandatory rehearsal because I want everybody on the same page. We have a ton of guests on Christmas Eve. A lot of people coming in from out of town. We have a large handful of people who come and just check out our church and on Christmas Eve. So I want to make sure we are well polished and well put together for those services. Please make sure that Wednesday, December 20th, that rehearsal, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. for all of you who are participating, choir, horns, tech, band, vocals, everybody, please be present at that rehearsal. Then Sunday morning, we will have kind of one final run through at 9:30 a.m. That day we'll go 9:30 to 10:15 a.m. and make sure that we've got everything covered there. The call times, rehearsal call time will be 9:15 a.m. that morning. For those serving at the 1 p.m. service, your call time will be 12:30 p.m. And for those serving at the 3 p.m. service, your call time will be 2:30 p.m. Let me make a special note here. If you are serving at only one of the later services, and really the only people that this will probably impact are the projectionists and the camera operators. If you're serving at that later service, you don't necessarily need to be there for the Wednesday night rehearsal, but everyone else does. Projection, those of you who are scheduled for that service, you will just need to work out one of you to take that Wednesday night rehearsal because we will need lyrics for that time. Okay. Final thing on that day, as we've done in the past, we will provide food. So we'll have coffee and donuts for you whenever you get here at 9:15 and you're kind of getting set up. We'll have coffee and donuts available for you in the large activities room. And then at 12 o'clock, we will serve lunch right after that 11 a.m. service. All right, that's everything for Christmas Eve. Let's see if I can get possibly the correct lower third up here for the next one. Hey, there it is. All right. Final thing, as far as new information that I want to go through with you today, are the lobby performances that we're going to do. These are the Christmas hymns that we do every year in the lobby. For the horn section, I would like for you guys to do this the first weekend on December 3rd, the choir the second weekend on December 10th. And in fact, December 10th is the weekend that you're already going to be leading in the services on Sunday morning. So that's why you're going to be in the lobby also on December 10th. And then I would like to do some type of configuration of a jazz combo the morning of Sunday, December 17th in the lobby. I'll work out. That won't involve many of you, but I'll work out the details with those of you who it does involve, and we'll get it put together, and should be a lot of fun. All right. Well, that's everything as far as new info. Let's hop over to the Planning Center real quick, and we will take a look at this weekend's services and make sure we're all on the same page. This Sunday is Missions Sunday, our annual missions emphasis weekend. They've got a lot of great things planned. As far as the service is concerned, we'll start right at the top of every service with May the Peoples Praise You, followed by, led by Mallory, and followed by Rejoice in the key of E, led by Sheila. We'll then have our welcome and greeting time, led by Cindy in that spot. And then we'll transition and do two more songs. There is One Gospel, led by Sheila, and King of Kings in the key of D, led by Hannah. We'll then have a bumper video. Paul will get up to introduce our speaker. This year's speaker is going to be Mario Ramirez, who is he's the pastor of the church plant that we sponsored down in Fairmont City. He'll be speaking in all three services. And then following the message, we will close out with Jesus Paid It All in the key of G, and we'll do all of the regular sequence of that song that we typically do. And of course, wrapping up the service with the benediction. Okay, everybody, that's everything for today. I sure appreciate you taking time to watch through this update video. If you missed anything, I will link the timestamps below. Otherwise, for those of you who do the Halloween thing, have a wonderful evening. I almost said have a ghoul evening. It's funnier than you think. And then everyone else, I will see you Sunday morning. Take care, guys.